Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome to HighFleet. This is the game that we're revisiting. It's probably been a year, something like that. I really liked this when it first came out. I had some criticisms. I'm pretty sure they still stand. I still stand by them. Got a little bit of backlash from the really sweaty fucking niche community that was on this pre-release. But other than that, it was overall a pretty good experience. This game is really hardcore, but not necessarily to its detriment. It is a game that knows what it is, and it essentially behaves accordingly. You make a little fleet of ships. There's so many complex mechanics to this. It's hard to really get into all of them. But broadly speaking, you've got a fleet in a sort of dune setting, and you're cruising around this open world map with your flying land fleet. It's sort of like an aerial fleet, aerial carriers and all that sort of stuff. So it's not space, it's not navy per se. It's its own thing. It's very hardcore, very punishing, and like I said, a lot of different mechanics, from the sort of side-on bullet hell fighting to the plotting fixes with rulers and bloody compasses and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot going on. The sort of complaint that I had, it's a double-edged sword, and I'll just front load this here. The game is very much theme before everything else, which for the most part, 90% of the time, that's the way. I really think that's great. Immersion, implementing UI elements into the game. I always use Dead Space as the classic example of, having the pop-up cutscenes on his wristwatch thing and having the health bar on his spine, that sort of stuff. So it does a lot of that, which is great. However, you got to be careful that you don't take it too far to your detriment, and in a sort of homage throwback to, because this is a Microprose title and it is channeling this old school feel, they outsourced so much of the stuff that you need to understand to play the game into a manual. Now, the manual's really pretty, and you can find it if you dig through Steam. It's in there, but it's not something that common 2022 players would know to look for, and so this creates a frustrating experience for a new player. It looks like a Warhammer Codex. It looks like a $100 book. It's actually really pretty, so you can go and look in there, and it teaches you quite a lot about the game. But again, I think for the sake of what I think the appropriate term is a gimmick, which is, basically trying to do throwback homage to times of yesteryear where we had manuals. The game suffers for it. But, all these 50-year-old wankers decided to go to war with me last time we played this, so whatever. Ignore them. Okay, so that's your sort of setup. Prologue on. Let's turn that off. I think we'll just go straight in. So yeah, we spent a bit with it last year. If this is fairly well received, we can play some more. That's fine. I'm not purporting to be an expert at this game, but I've been itching to get back and try it. At the very least, putting it on your radar is the big priority, right? Okay, so by the grace of God, we Karim Shah II, Emperor of the Romani, Great Duke of the lands of Haran. Yeah, okay, cool. Leave the captain's ship. Give me my thing. Grand Duke, you must choose ships that will join us for the Kiva offensive. Yes. Can you give me a hint? Take the red ones. These are workhorses, and maybe one or two tankers for them. That sounds reasonable, doesn't it? So you can mouse over them, and it tells you all these little designations. You can see the numbers down the corner like that. But there are so many. You have your Sevastopol, which is your sort of base of operations, right? And it does act as a tanker. Now, God, okay, let's try and remember this. Oh, what's this? Ship rolls. Okay, so you can pull this little pinned. Can I move this? No. So what? I can just put it in the center of my screen, and that's fucking it. That seems rude. Okay, whatever. Good to know. You have range requirements, and I remember the calculation was kind of off with this at the beginning, but you can expand your fleet and all that, but you do have to balance your tanker fuel range requirements with the amount of dudes that you have in it. For example, let's just take a Rook 6208. You can see that's reduced our operational range because presumably it's dedicated fuel and supply to this ship as well. Missile carrier. I like missiles and all that, but you know what? We might go with what the dude was saying. Now let's see, because I remember the calculation would still go down. Now if I take this, theoretically, the range requirement should go up, right? Oh, that's good. Okay, so it has extended the range a little bit. That's nice. Strike ship, designed for air-to-ground bombing runs, which is pretty handy to open with. Having one of them in your little crew is good. Air superiority for close-range aerial combat. Navarin, let's take one of them. How much money have we got? A lot. Though these are costing me like 20 grand a pop. Intrepid, close-range aerial combat. Let's take one of them as well, right? Interceptor, interesting. So I'm not 100% sure. Designed to intercept aerial targets. That's right. That's really cool. We're gonna just play dumb, which isn't hard because I am. But sending out an interception fleet ahead of yours is a big thing that you can use. Firing missiles from thousands of kilometers away is another thing. And then you can have like this defenses, jammers to stop scanning getting to you. Let's try the Fury. Are there any other fuelers? See, that says it's a fueler. Air superiority ship. This thing is just a pure tanker, so let's take that. Wow, it's barely adding any range, but that's fine, whatever. Let's, how much is it? 13 grand? There we go. So I think we're pretty much good for cash. We'll put it on normal. That's fine, right? Just to get the ball rolling. If you're writing me an essay about how I'm playing it wrong, I don't care. I'm not going to press show more on your comment. We were days away from departing for Kiva to begin our offensive when the strange Alame and a golden mask approached me. We can sort of skip this for the time being. This is a game that's almost run-based as well. I will likely brick and have to start again. I'm more interested in showing you the game broadly than getting too stuck into the story. And we'll see. Like, this could turn into 100 episodes. This could be a once-off. Who knows? Okay, let's go. Would you like me to briefly tell you about operations? No. Let's see if I can remember it. All right, escape. So here we go. This is our sort of whole layout, and everything can be interacted with. It's very cool, isn't it? Radio signal, and then you've got this whole jamming mini game that you can do here. Okay, cool. So essentially, where are we? This is us, and we've only got 33% fuel, and it's sort of got a roguelike, you know, Slay the Spire sort of vibe to it. You kind of want to go up, right? There are other fleets out there. Generally speaking, they're bigger than us, they're meaner than us. We want to try and pick on their transport fleets, their fuel fleets, that sort of stuff, but we don't really want to stand up fight with their dudes, right? Meet with the Tarkans far west of Ur. Alright? Where is that? Well, whatever. I'm not that worried right now. What I'm worried about is I wouldn't mind getting more fuel. And you can see the different designations of the places. Here we go. So there. Fuel depot, cheaper fuel. However, we do have to get through these places. Purchase reinforcements, rare modules, rare modules. So at the moment, I would say we're going to make a go of this, and we might buy some pick-me-up fuel. This getting enemy intel is probably a big idea. We don't really have any money, so I think going to around here might be the go. Okay, so we're going to go and grab our bloody fleet. Let me pick my fleet. Oh, it's right click. My apologies. And press spacebar. Off we go. No fuel. What do you mean no fuel? Hang on, I don't like that. Well, it's happening now. It's happening now, bad luck. Now, was there a way to... Because all your buttons are here. Oh, it's shift. Alright. Now, why have I paused? Because we're picking up a radio signal. Okay, cool. Oh my god, let's work this out. 80 megahertz. So you got a mouse wheel. Oh, here we go. It's cool that it's showing the pop-up for the mouse. I don't think it used to have that. Alright. Auto intercept, I don't want to do that. Save, I think, is go. There we go. Okay. Chalcedony. Travel speed on route to Erbil, which is over here. Keberth. Cargo. Okay, so we don't know what to make of that necessarily. It's not encrypted, but someone's going to Erbil. It doesn't tell us the speed. If it did, we might be able to triangulate it with our sort of map tools. Which, how do I bring them up? I can't remember. Oh shit, thrust, let's not play with that. Oh mate, oh here it is here, yeah, right, so you can like plot fixes and that sort of shit, right, get an eraser, right, get a compass, draw out like radius, and then you could watch the movement and use the in-game clock, which I'm looking for. Oh look, we've got cartographic there, that's good. Oh here you go, up here, right? But you can also just mark things and you can go, all right, so it took an hour to travel this distance, and then you can work out relative velocity and try and intercept on the back of that. Anyway, where were we? Off we go. You can see our refuel range is really cutting it close. Low fuel, that's fine.
Attention, new target on the radar.
Oh shit, well this is a problem. I could use your advice. Yeah, bugger it. You tell me. Our radar displays, you can see there, we're blipping there. Now, if we see them, there's a good chance they see us because it's EM signatures picking up, you know, hull deflections. Line on the grid on the radar screen is replicated on the map around our squadron. Hey, there you go. That's good to know. Use the pencil to mark the target's position on the map based on where it is on the radar screen. Right? Let's do that. Let's do that, game. Alright, you're pointing at the pencil. Maybe I just have to skip. Okay. So let's do it, right? You can see here that it's in that sort of 30 to 60 quadrant, which is here. So it's like somewhere out. Now, is the radar range 1 to 2 sort of thing? So let's just... Oh no. Don't do that. Don't do that. So we've marked it there. It looks like it might actually be just a little bit in, to be honest. It's all a little fiddly, but that's part of the fun of this game. If you don't like this, then fair enough, you know, each to their own. Let's say it's there, right? I guess I could write that. Bloody, you know, square head. Right, mark that. Cool. Alright, so let's unpause. Does it have a timestamp associated with it? Not necessarily. But... oh, there you go. Oh, that's what I was waiting for. It does actually track the time. Looks like we're traveling past it, you can see. Now, I believe you can turn off your radar if you want to sort of hide from it a bit. So let's go to 2 hours, and then, alright, where is it now? Apparently it's here. Thereabouts. Right? So then you could go and do something like this. I guess you could do that, right? And you could probably do like that. Now, can I mouse over those to get an idea? Not really, no. 110 kilometers going that way. Looks like it's on an intercept course for us, right? Let's see if I can turn. Okay, you can do it by sector. You can narrow it. There we go. We've turned it off. Maybe we can sort of hide from them on approach. We really need that fuel, man.
Thermal signature detected.
Infrared means they're really close. Oh, that's not good. So our infrared's picking it up. Oh, I skipped it by accident. No, I didn't want to do that. Game. I think... No. How do I change... Oh god, I kind of wish I didn't mean to skip that. I wanted a refresher. But we don't have a choice here. We need the fuel. Shall we prepare strike group? We'll have to hit them with everything we've got. That's something I totally forgot about as well. All right, again, I'm rusty, but it's, you know, there's probably benefit. Do you really want to see a dude that just knows how to play it back to front? I know a lot of you watch me because I'm shit at games. So essentially, they will have a defense force, and what you can do is you can send a sort of nominal strike group ahead of your big heavy boy thing to extend your range. It's like sending out bloody fighters off of a carrier deck, right? However, in this case, because of how we've sort of planned it and how we've started with our lack of fuel, it's bad luck. We're just going to have to go in and risk it for the biscuit. But usually, what happens here is once you hit this detection range, they will send out like a signal potentially to warn other like protective fleets moving around. So what we're doing now by just driving our whole fleet in, we're gonna get, you know, attacked basically by the defense force that comes to protect the town after the fact, right? So we have to hit them with everything we've got. We don't really have a choice, right? So once we get in range, it should initiate the fight. There you go. Enemy sent a warning message about our presence. Because essentially, from hitting that red line and getting in, we were too slow. Because we've got the slow ships going in. So that's why you send a strike force, to kill them before they can send out a broad signal. Alarm raised. Silent strike is impossible. Okay, sure. Whatever. Before long, the strike groups will change course and head this way, but if they have any aircraft carriers, they'll probably send planes here first. So we've fucked up already, but that's fine. Transport ships will change course as well and try their best to stay out of danger, which is the ones that we kind of want to hijack, you know, steal their cool goods and all that, because we're playing sort of guerrilla fighting. It's us versus the world. The less the enemy is warned about our presence, the better. No, I understand that, but so it goes. Alright, here we go. General alarm. Oh look, they've got a prize ship. So if we can destroy that, that's cool that we caught that off guard. We probably want the Sevastopol, even though this thing is like a gunboat and it's rad, you don't want it injured, you don't want it damaged, you don't want to risk it at all. Though it should go before I put my bloody fuelers in. Alright, now, was the Rook... This is the thing that kills me. I wish it would tell me the designations. I think the Rook was our bomber. Right? Because it's possible, though they are alerted, it's possible we can catch some of these guys on the ground fueling and you can bomb, and that's what the Rook is for. So we're going to attempt to try and catch dudes with their pants down and bomb them, and then you retreat the Rook. You only get one ship at a time, whereas they get all their ships, so it's really unfair, but that's kind of the fun. Alright. Alright, that's not looking promising, to be honest. Ow. So, it doesn't... Look, they're all airborne, so that's fine. So we're trying to get out of here. Trying to get to the retreat, basically. Alright, and then it'll pop the next dude in if I retreat this ship successfully. Here we go. So this guy's guns are built for it a little bit better. Now, I can't remember what my countermeasure is. Geez, that's not bad. I think we just sunk him.
Engine overheating. Missile destroyed. Kill confirmed.
Geez, this thing's doing work. Yeah, I'm pulling the G's because you've got like a little sprint button.
Engine overheating.
Gotta be careful I don't crash here. What is this shit, man? Because it's doing work.
Target destroyed.
Nice.
Fuel 50%.
50% fuel. So you can put all different ammo in, you can get missiles, you can custom build your ships to quite an anal amount. Now, I think I'm going to try and kill this ship actually. Because maybe I don't kill the prize ship. Like, I feel like I can capture it.
Fuel 30%.
Alright, fuck it, we're going to retreat, we'll grab the next cap off the rank and see what he does. Jesus. That took a long time to load. Oh, what a hit. Fuck.
Missile destroyed.
Oh, time it. Fuck.
Destroyed. Engine overheating.
Oh, this is so tough. He hits like a fucking freight train. You just gotta land the shot. Oh, fuck. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Fuck. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Oh my god, this. I was getting a lot better results with the other one.
Fuel 50%.
Oh. Surely he's fucked. So I've won. There you go. So I didn't have to destroy the prize ship. Perfect. That wasn't bad, actually, especially for me. You can dig out the old videos. That was exceptionally good for me. Now, you can't retry the whole battle, but that's very risky. As we didn't lose any ships. We took our share of damage, but we took on a pretty hardcore fleet. That second ship, whatever that was fucking cool. I really liked that. Just all the presentation and all that, and the art is so beautiful. I love it. Okay, there could be survivors. So in this sort of this game is just minigame upon minigame. You have to choose where to, you can press, I guess you can go auto. Secure fuel tanks, because if they detonate, it'll blow up more of these sites. That is super high value, but we don't have a lot of time for it. Large caliber twin cannon. Search the radio room, very tempting. I wonder, I'm gonna press auto and see what it does. It's searching for survivors, okay. So the timer ran out on that. Now what's it doing? Secure the radio room. The fuel tanks are going to detonate shortly. And it will destroy a random object, it says. Yeah, see, it destroyed the radio room. Okay, so that was interesting. Auto, I probably would have done that better, but that's fine. Now if we go like this, open. We can figure out what got busted up. The Rook was our bomber. The Intrepid. That must have been the one I liked. I'm not sure. Maybe someone can comment because they know better. Damage, 1100. Yeah. So what you can do here, right? Select ships to land the docks. Docking your ships is not necessary, but I'm pretty sure they've added a lot of these tooltips since I last played, which is so good, right? Like, I don't know the developer personally, but there were some very stubborn voices in the community being kind of pig-headed about how inaccessible it was. The developer, it seems, has taken all that feedback on board and added quite a bit of helpful little tooltips in to make this game much more accessible, which is wonderful. You know, that's good. More people will buy the game, hopefully. Docking your ship is not necessary, but if serious repair is applying, docking will speed it up, right? So you don't have to land all your ships, but landing them will help you with repairs. What we might do is we'll give it a go for all of them. All of the ones that got damaged. You have to land each of these one after the other.
Engine overheating. Fire reverse
Or no.
thrusters.
Or no.
Beginning final approach.
Okay, we're okay.
500 meters.
Okay.
300 meters.
Come on. 14 will be the best repair bay.
100 meters. Everyone get ready. Touchdown confirmed.
Perfect. Engine temperature. If you overheat the engine, it'll basically stop working.
Beginning final approach.
Oh shit, I've overdone it.
Engine overheating.
I got confused by my picture. Oh, I'm flying upwards. I've overdone it. You idiot. I was like, why have I disappeared off of the readout? It's because I've gone and started flying back out. Here I come. Alright, here we go.
Beginning final approach.
Alright.
300 meters.
So you can use strafe, and Q&E gives you rotational as well. So I'm using WASDA and Q&E to make this happen. So if you had big chunks of your engine blown out and all that sort of stuff as well, you're going to have big problems. So if your thing is really fucking crippled that you can't land it, you probably don't want to land it.
Beginning final approach.
Too fast, you reckon?
500 meters.
Oh no. Just falling like a brick. I was checking out the terminal velocity, which apparently is 100 meters per second.
100 meters.
Look
Everyone
at
get ready.
that. Straight down.
Touchdown confirmed.
Look at this. Cross. I remember being much worse at this game last time. Repair bonus. If your ships, if you position your ships well during landing, this could greatly accelerate repairs. Right? Cool. We'll have like a sort of world event. The Caravan. A dozen colourful tents dot the sand along the edge of the city, surrounded by vehicles and scurrying servants. All signs of a visiting caravan. You decide to pay them a visit and ask them about current events. This makes me think of Nowhere Prophet, another game I really would like to play more. Like, it's sort of going across the desert with a caravan, card game, roguelike, but like very, very much big on deleting your cards, you know? For some time you enjoy the warmth of the caravan fire and hot coffee. Garrett has never seen such rain, the caravan leader tells you, shaking his head slowly. For the first time ever, it rained in Kyla, the third month of our calendar. And we all said, oh, the Almighty has blessed us this year. Then in the month of San, it rained again, and the peasants were overjoyed. Come to us when the second moon wanes, they told us, and bring twice as many people, for there will be a great harvest. Ah. But when I visited them again, all joy was gone from their faces. Ever since we left, it had rained every week. The sevchar never rose and had begun to rot, and the samak had been struck down by a strange illness. These are the end times, Grand Noyon. Oh, a bit too much rain on this poor planet. So, ask about hidden cities, ask about Kiva convoys, ask about the Tarkans. Now, the Tarkans, I think, is us, the underdog team. Tell me about Kiva convoys. The caravan driver gladly tells you everything they know about nearby convoys. You can also talk to people at these, and there's this whole mini-game social interaction thing. You can see my ships will be parked in the background. There we go, there's one there. Where's the other one? Oh, it's in here. There's all three of them there, right? So, what have we got? We've only got supplies and ship works. We'll go to supplies because that's pretty straightforward. Drag the slider to refuel. Now, ultimately we want to go to that fuel storage if we can help it, right? However, because look, if we fill it all the way up, not cheap. I'm tempted to do that because that gives us some options. If we, if we can't get there, maybe we can run to one of these other areas. Oh shit, hang on. No, I don't want that. I want that. Okay, so you just leave it on the slide. Now, if you mouse over here, you can buy all sorts of special ammunition if you want for your ships, right? Which I'm not that super worried about at the moment. It's pretty helpful for things like missiles, bombs. Obviously, if we did bomb some dudes, we didn't, so we still have all our bombs. But you can have like fuse, proximity fuse, which makes it easier if your aim's not that great, so it detonates within a radius, but it does less damage. And having missiles aren't part of combat. I'm pretty sure you buy them in here. Incendiary, bomb, aircraft rocket, armor piercing. I think maybe you can buy them here. It's just that the shop doesn't always sell everything. And that's something for another video. Anyway, so let's just exit there. That's fine. We'll go to the shipworks. So it will repair and replace bits and pieces. Now, for example, if we salvage bits of other ships, like there was a super rare turret that we didn't salvage, we would have it down here. So this is stuff that you can use at the shipyard. We can buy all bits and bobs, and these are the things that we have personally, right? But broadly speaking, what we're just going to do is go repair amount all the way. And I think that applies to all of them now, maybe? Is there... I thought there was like an auto repair button. Like repair all, perhaps, but maybe I'm missing it. Anyway. So they should be all queued up. Looks like everything's fine. And I think we will need to pass time for our ship to refuel. Refueling, right? And then, yeah, so if you were to unpause, so you can see the clouds going past, the fuel going up, that sort of thing. Yeah. And you can see the repair time as well. So you can take off early if you need to. But I think broadly, I haven't done a terrible job of showing you what this game has. There's so much more. All the fleet interception and plotting and all that is such a cool part of it. I love it. Like I said, I think it had some issues at launch. I was going to say rocky start, but that's not correct, right? Because it found its niche and they loved it. And I'm pretty sure it found some more mainstream appeal. I think like Seth might have reviewed it at the time. I can't remember for sure. But, you know, while I have my criticisms, I'm happy to say maybe I'm just off base. Maybe every game should have a manual and you're an idiot, Scarlet, because this game, from what I can understand, was a really big success within its space. Anyway, so I love it, and the chance to throw it out and shout it out is something I won't shy away from. Let me know if you want to see some more on the channel, team, because we'll put it in rotation if you're interested. Otherwise, I might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.